just to give you a recap, Food Not Phones on September 19th when we launched. Great success. We had a lot of influencers, a lot of people picking it up and posting on their own social media, Food Not Phones. Heard a lot of great stories about people putting down their phones on September 19th. Coming up, our next Food Not Phones Day is going to be Thanksgiving. So check it out on foodnotphones.com. The countdown is there. Participate, be part of it. Thanksgiving is going to be bigger and better than it was in September. And we're going to do it throughout the year. It's really important. And this story that we're going to talk about, Sophia Paley, who's a high school senior at Horace Mann School in New York City, wrote this on katiecouric.com. And basically, her title is Social Media, a Teenage Wasteland. She's 16 years old, terrific writer, if you would. And I love, what she said, and I'll quote some of the things. It's difficult for me to go an hour without checking my direct messages or scrolling past educational or cringe-worthy content. And then she goes on to say, an old school phone call? Why bother when you can easily spill the latest gossip through a quick text on Snapchat? In-person conversations, a text will do. And when a group of teens is out for dinner together, they're just as likely to be gazing into their phones, posting Insta stories of their spicy tuna rolls as they are to be actually talking. So, being the mom of two teenagers, what do you think of Sophia's column here?
Phil, I really appreciated this column that she's written, and I think that it is important for us to listen to what more of our youth are saying about this. We can't just be, you kids in your rock and roll. We need to try and understand where they are coming from. This is part of their world. This is how they have grown. They are growing up, socializing, particularly during the shutdown. We saw a lot of kids only had that way to connect with each other. So while we know that there are some really harmful and dangerous things out there as far as the internet and social media go, that have to do with the rise in anxiety and depression, eating disorders, just overall self-image that kids are dealing with. We know that that's out here, but it is great to hear the youth talking about it and what they think of it. And I think, she's making some good points here about, where are the limits that the adults are setting? And, as we've talked about, is what are the limits as companies that are getting on these social media sites and advertising to youth? What are their limits as far as, are they acting ethically? Is this algorithm performing ethically to protect our children? These are all things that I believe we are trying to figure out and see how, this is going to evolve as our kids grow into adults. But as for our Food Not Phones movement, this is an opportunity for us to have those conversations with our kids and to talk about, we can find some balance in here. We can put them down and we can engage face to face and have human interaction and have our meals together and not have to look at our phones. And then we can have our time with our phones as well. But there must be some sort of balance.
Absolutely. And it's a great read. Go to katiecouric.media.com. Read Sophia's article. There's just one other thing that I want to point out, and she points out just the same way you do, that we need a national discussion on this involving teens, parents, tech companies, and lawmakers to address these issues. And by not elevating the conversation around the way it can be misused, are we leading a generation of future leaders towards a teenage wasteland of isolation, anxiety, and depression? It's what Food Not Phones is all about.
Be sure to visit supermarketguru.com for the latest marketing analysis, issues, and trends. And don't forget to join us back here next Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for more.